afternoon, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. It's a bunch of rain here in Atlanta, but that's certainly better than stifling heat or freezing snow, so we'll live with it. This is going to be another deep dive into Noble Armada. We're hoping to show off a lot of the technical sides we weren't able to demonstrate in the Kickstarter live stream on Thursday. But if this one is working well enough, we are going to go ahead and try it, where we're going to go ahead and shift the entire production plus all of you viewers over to Kickstarter Live. And that means that at some point we will share a browser. We'll actually just have to go up to the Kickstarter link to Noble Armada, go in there, and we'll try and get the live stream going on Kickstarter and pick up a whole bunch of folks over there as well. So special thanks to Most Uniquest for their help with this broadcast, this live stream. Looking forward to a good time. We have Matt Franklin running all the technical side of this, make sure it works. And Pauline is going to make sure that I actually get the questions and the like, because I'm not seeing any on my monitor here. I'm only seeing the game itself. So all of the mixer comments, give questions, give comments. Pauline will relay them to me with obscenities deleted, and we will go forward from there. So, since we did that live stream, we've released a demo. We've gotten a lot more interest. We are now $28, is it correct? Yes, $28 away from our first stretch goal, and we're very much looking forward to hitting that point. We're going to have some special guests on this stream, just like before we had Bill Bridges. We're looking to have the lead programmer, Chris Carson, join us at some point, probably when we make that migration over to Kickstarter. So he can yell and scream at everyone in Kickstarter land. All right, Chris doesn't yell and scream, so he can explain the nuances of the game to everyone in Kickstarter land. So I thought what we would do today are a few different things. One, I did want to show off that demo. We're having a lot of fun with it. And in addition, I wanted to show off the campaign editor. Chris has been working diligently at a new version of the actual campaign editor. This is one of the main reasons we're doing the Kickstarter, is to have one that all of you and all the backers can actually use to create new content for the game. So I'm going to pull that up, and we're going to start making a new mission for the game that hopefully we can go ahead and share with everyone who gets the demo. We released the demo first to you, our backers, and now we've sent it out to some of the media and the press. We're hoping to see it showing up online that way with their demos of it. And now we're starting to release it to people who send us inquiries asking about it. So you can email me at hdiandrew@aol.com. Yes, I don't mind releasing an AOL address. They've got pretty good spam control on it, and if something happens to an AOL account, no one's really going to sweat it anyway. So yes, send a request to hdiandrew@aol.com, and we'll send out a copy of the demo. So let's take a look at the demo, because we've had a lot of fun with this. So I'm turning on the demo right now. Hey, and it goes straight on into, let's get at least some of the audio and cool jump gate logo from it. As you can see, we've got the logo from the game itself behind me right now. But we're going to go ahead and start doing the game behind me now. So I have been reduced in size dramatically. So yes, this is campaign. We've got a lot of things X'd out within the demo itself. The skirmish mode isn't showing and so forth. But you can dig right into the campaigns. Play whichever house you like. I know that our programmer, Chris Carson, is particularly enamored with the Hazat. So let's jump into the Hazat. And we can walk through the tutorial itself. Now, you only see two campaigns here right now, the tutorial and the Emperor's Challenge. But in fact, we have a hidden third campaign that I'll talk about as we go along. So now we're diving into the tutorial. I think I hit tutorial, maybe at Emperor's Challenge. We'll find out in un momento. May the Pancreator guide your steps on this path. May this tome act as a guidepost. Oh, look at that beautiful Hazat ship. All the good stuff. Hazat are definitely the warrior types. And yes, welcome to Noble Armada Lost Worlds. To visit a planet, click it. Any enemy ships between you and your destination will attack you. Oh, those evil Ducados. So click the planet to proceed. So we've clicked the planet. We're heading into our first fight. Now we're going to get a good long look at how to deal with the Ducados. Information on how to fight shows up here, but we'll have to have it throughout. You can set your ship. If you had a formation, this would matter. When it's a single ship, it really doesn't matter. You come on screen, pop. So we have to defeat all the enemy vessels with the Raphael. So here's the combat tutorial. Click on your ship to select it. This pauses the game so you can give orders. It is real time, but it's pausable real time, so your chances to set your own terms. Click and drag your ship. Release to confirm. Change ship direction. So, enemy is way over there, but I'm facing the wrong way. So we use our maneuver jets Change our thrust, change our positioning, turn around. And now we use our thrust bar to speed up to go after those foul Ducados. And away we go. So we get some more information, cycling through the ship, using the target button, firing arcs, using play mode, use the play button to execute the commands. So now we have to fire quickly. You'll see that some of our thrust bars are used up from having been accelerating already. So we'll need time for the batteries to recharge before we can actually get to our full speed again. And in the tutorial, thankfully, the Ducados cannot hit us. So let's go ahead and unload with some shots at the Ducados. And unpause the game. Oh, that's some nice shooting. And now I'll be able to grapple the enemy. I told you that there's a hidden third mission within this. I'm not going to say how you access it, but we'll quickly access it, and it makes the tutorial an incredibly deadly experience. So as I said, I'm not going to talk about how we access it, but then if I unpause the game, suddenly the Ducados can really start wailing on me. That's no good. So let's go ahead and board the enemy. Deploy, Marines, away! Ay, 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 ay. Into the void. Go, Sir One. Lady Maria, you are ready to board the vessel. I need to remember to lowercase that V. Flashing hexes are your point of entry. Select an airlock for your boarding party, then click and move it onto the ship. Board the vessel now. So now my Marines come in an airlock, start moving into the enemy ship. And then I can click end turn when they're done. Let's go ahead and start actually fighting some of the enemy. Got lots of Marines on their ship. This will be a quick fight. It's meant to be. But there are ways to make this tutorial a whole lot more deadly, as I mentioned. And moving on through. We win! We take their ship. Victory is ours! And we press on to Nublandia. But we don't get any money because it's a tutorial. Wow, we did take some damage. You're not supposed to take damage in the tutorial, but I set it up so we would. So we do have to repair it with some of the Firebirds we have ahead of time. And on to the planet for real victory. Yes, we have won the fight. Now let's go ahead and dig a little bit into the campaign editor. So all the tech is so far working nicely, and hopefully you've seen the holistic logo showing off. Hey, wait, did I get blocked out on that? Oh, well, I was hoping that the holistic logo would be showing all the nice backdrop behind me. Maybe not. So, we'll keep going. Yeah, it's the same green as the green screen. That's why you're able to see all this cool stuff behind me. So let's press on. I'm going to exit out of the game itself. I'm going to pull up the campaign editor for a minute. I do want to show a few of you that because I know a lot of the folks who've been following this Kickstarter campaign are especially interested in the mission editor we're going to be making available. All right, so I'm going to tab out and close the game so that I can go ahead and start up the actual campaign editor. So let's get the mission editor going. I assume that's showing behind me. It's within a screen, so let me know if I need to do anything funky to get it going. So we've been working on this. We're trying to make it even more user-friendly. So you start up a new campaign. Yes, you see you've got an entire system ahead of you to set up as you please. You begin by adding worlds. You can even change the background of it, get all sorts of neat graphics behind us. But let's just go ahead and put in a world. And now you get to connect it to the jump gate. So this is our first planet set up. I can go ahead and edit the planet. Call it whatever I want to call it. Let's see. Let's make up a fictional planet name like Holy Terra. Okay, so that's Earth in the Fading Suns lexicon. Let's see. What would be the best story element for Holy Terra? Watch your wallet. Mostly harmless. That's completely original with me, by the way. So no one thinks that comes from anywhere else. Obviously, there's a military installation on Holy Terra. Not much listening going on. Not much of a colony. Definitely a weapons cache as well. So Now you can actually set the encounter between the worlds. How do we go ahead and do that? We go ahead and set a waypoint. Add waypoint right in between the two planets. You can have them without encounters, or you can go ahead and set the encounters in place. And then we have the chance to actually edit it. Double click on it and we can edit. We have a question on Mixer.
Actually, just wanted to let you know that we are live on Kickstarter now.
Oh, wow. Did you do a smooth migration the whole time I was talking? That is absolutely amazing. We are now on Kickstarter. All right, tweet that out for me, please, because I'm not able to access Kickstarter. That's, well, maybe I can. I should go ahead and at least Facebook it out that we have this up on Kickstarter Live. That was amazing, Most Uniquest. Very impressed. So that was what we tried to do last week, and Kickstarter decided that while our tests work wonderfully, actually going live would not. So let me go ahead. Actually, if you could share it to my timeline that the Kickstarter's live up there, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Thank you very much. Are we both on Mixer? Did you get us both on Mixer and Kickstarter Live? Wow. I am seriously impressed at the co-streaming there. That is really impressive. All right. So we have the option in the waypoint editor to have no battle. Obviously, we're going to ignore that. Can't have no battle in space. Defeat all enemies, capture ship, run a blockade. Let's defeat all enemies. Switch out the avatar and say, on the way to Holy Terra, the evil Hawk would ambush us. You'll notice we're already set to be Hawkwood, but we can change that. We can also set what ships we encounter. So you see we're setting Hawkwood in there. That's an Explorer. That's the Frigate class. That's Galleot class. You can put up to 8 ships in right now. We're talking about maybe expanding that, but I think we'll go with 8. That's a good number. And this is a pretty tough fleet to fight. 8 enemy ships will be a very tough encounter. All right, so we have those ships set, and we go back. We can set what ships we are. Obviously, we're the good guy Ducatos, the heroes of the game. You can set what type of ships they have. You can go with an Explorer. You can go with a Frigate, a Galleot, or nothing. So we're going to send one little Explorer up against 8 Hawkwood ships. And you can set the experience level for the crew, experienced, seasoned, veteran, or rookie. Same with the Marines. You can change out the guns on the ship and move forward accordingly. So at this point I could save it. Let's call it test. And the system name is Soul. And the campaign info is test. And go on. All right. So since we are now on Kickstarter Live, I want to actually show off the game because we're having a lot of fun with the Kickstarter campaign. We are, as I said, $28 away from, oh wow, $27.
Yep, just got a new backer.
Thank you.
Iberian.
I'll definitely take those $1 backers and they'll help us spread the word. We'd like the $10 backers, $25 backers, but anyone helping us spread the word is very much appreciated. Let's see if we can get to the 4,500, hit that first tier that we've been talking about. Because at the first tier, we'll go even bigger. Right now, you can see how the missions are developed. They go from the jump gate to planet to planet to planet. With the campaigns that we're looking to do, you'll be able to go from jump gate to jump gate, fight within, go back and forth, and so on. Have some massive battles for the Armada. So the campaign mode is the first thing we're looking to create. Have this be a much bigger, more robust strategy game. From then, we'll have a Mac version, and I know what a lot of people are hoping for is at $8,500. We have the Church Fleet, which no one expects. All right, that is the Inquisition joke. I apologize. All right, let's go ahead and get out of the campaign editor, and now that we're in Kickstarter Live, thank you. Hi, everybody in Kickstarter Live land. I hope you're finding us and tuning in, and you're monitoring that chat as well. Wow. Not only did Most Uniquest have us both on Mixer and on Kickstarter, but they're monitoring both chats for us. Hey, Chris Carson, you want to check out the Kickstarter Live, and maybe we'll bring you on into this as well? Let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and get back into the game. We actually have the full game to pull up. So, this is the intro into fading into Noble Armada. Whoops, this is an old version. I don't have the most recent version of the game on this machine. That's what I get for using the laptop instead of the main machine. So there'll be some old buggy stuff in here, but you get to see a lot more of the game as well. So let's go ahead and play Ducados into a campaign. Oh, I'll get to demo skirmish mode as well. You see all these different tutorials that are in place. Wide number of different tutorials that are, sorry, not tutorials, missions. Let's get the correct wording. Unfortunately, in this version, it was hard to scroll between them. So let's just pull up one of them in general just to see. The Lost World Concordia was neutral ground for warring parties to settle disputes across a table instead of a battlefield. It quickly became a haven for negotiators, creatives, and mystics. And Sothorists! Only recently reopened, the race is on to claim the system and stamp out any trace of the vile Sothorists or anyone else who stands in your way. So we're going to dive on into this battle just to show you the full game, a full mission already in place. Lovely backdrop art done by Ilker Essen, and he also did the jump gate, the ships. Oh wow, 4 big Ducados galleons. Yes! I cannot go bigger screen with this. Can you... if you're having trouble picking it up, I actually have older versions of it that probably would go full screen. If you want me to pull on out and try a different way. Alright, let's try the first encounter along this way. During its long seclusion, this system has managed to keep a great number of warships in prime condition. Laying in wait outside the jump gate, a fleet ambushes you. Welcome to Concordia. So we'll go ahead and take my ships in a base formation. There's space debris in the way, and then there are a whole bunch of enemy ships. This would not be an introductory fight. Yes?
Let's try hitting the F key.
The F key. Look at that. Full screen away. Thank you very much. So we have the Antonin, the Tsaritsyn, the Severus, and the Ivor moving into battle against those vile Hawkwoods. And because of all the space debris, we have to move carefully to try and keep our fleet together. So let's get some speed going. Let's get moving forward so we don't hit the debris. And bring up the rear ships to tighten up our formation. And the guy in back really better speed it up. Let's get heading in. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of maneuvering using the space debris for cover. The space debris will intercept the shots. Despite the fact that space is 3D, you do well to try and keep your focus on a level plane so you can coordinate fire more effectively. You see that engines are being charged up. And I'm going to try and send out a flanking force and hope it doesn't get wiped out. This is known as the General Custer maneuver. Part of why he lost so many troops was he split his forces. So we're going to do the same thing. Alright, let's get some shots happening. Just to get some firing underway. Let's target a whole bunch of the enemies here. Let's get a nice broadside going and see what happens. Some nice shots going off there. So we split the force. Keep moving into the enemy. Keep a good barrage going. See if we can blow some of these up before... Oh, hey. Yeah, this is an older version. You'll see some bugs with Severus was firing despite my not having giving it any orders. And in order to stop my ship, one of the secrets of gameplay, you go ahead and grapple the enemy. And that way, instead of flying off the map, I'm still in the fight. I'm fighting away. So let's send a ton of Marines over to grab them. Oh, wow. That was a bunch of shots up my ship's backside, rear shields, as it were. And now we're boarding the enemy. Oop. Fighting like mad. Keep throwing more and more Marines on. We should get them to surrender just because we have such overwhelming odds and because we're so pretty. We are the Ducados after all. Yay, overwhelming odds. They surrendered. But the good thing is that ship stopped so I can use it to fight more. And let's see how much damage I've taken on this ship. Oh yeah, this ship's lost all its rear shields and is getting pounded from the rear. So let's go ahead and quickly switch facing. And keep blasting. And now my back ship has come around just where I wanted it to go ahead and deliver some broadsides on them unexpectedly. Oh, wow. My ships are taking a pounding, but that's as it should be. It's a nice, tough fight. Let's go ahead and get these ships spinning around and engaging with the enemy. Yeah, we've blasted. You can see their ships grayed out, the ones we've blasted. Nice hard fight, but we've got a really strong fleet engaged at this point. Let's bring my ships on around and continue to engage. Return the fleet on into the fray. What's a good name for a Dakados captain? Someone want to give me a name online for what our captain of the Ivor should be as he destroys the enemy ships? I'll take any name suggestions. Ooh. They are pounding me. Ivor's losing most of his shields. Let's turn around one more time. Has he lost guns? Oh yeah, he's lost a couple sets of guns too. Those Hawkwood are doing a number on me. I might have the bigger ships, but they've got a lot of forces. Alright, but I'm about got them wiped out, I believe. So let's see what happens with this barrage. Yes, I believe we have a question.
Chris Carson asks, should we have captains' names for each ship?
Should we have captains' names for each ship? That'd be interesting. It'd certainly generate a lot of ship names. That'd be fun. Would folks backing the Kickstarter be interested in naming ships and ship captains as one of the tiers? Maybe we'll throw that out as an additional $25 and $50 reward. Let me know what you think. We'd be interested in things like that and that sort of feedback. So, engagement successful. Look at the beautiful face of my advisor, telling them that we taught them what fear really means. That's a classic, gorgeous Dakados. We've destroyed the enemy and liberated 178 Firebirds. Of course, ship repairs cost 275 Firebirds, but, and that won't even fully repair this fleet. You'll see we start with a fair amount of money. I think we start with something like 1,500. Game isn't balanced yet. We're still searching for the right level of balance. Right now, we're giving the player way too much so we can test everything out. When gameplay actually starts, you'll have a lot less money to begin with. All right, repairs underway. Outside on the ship, hammering away. And on to a planet. One of Concord's moons, Amity, was a garden retreat for visiting diplomats and executives. Now it is a staging ground for whomever can hold on to it. And here's where we go ahead and probably... let's see what we have. We have a military base where we could hire some Marines. And we have a weapons cache. We can buy better guns for our ships. All right, I just want to demonstrate a little bit of the game and talk a little bit more about the Kickstarter. So, most uniquest, if I pull up the Kickstarter on here, will I be able to show it? Or, okay. Man, they've got all the tech working for this. This is lovely. We're probably going to have to do a more full-fledged, better publicized Kickstarter Live on Thursday. How many of you would want to join us on Thursday and do this in even more depth and with more interactivity, more back and forth with the audience? Let me know. Let me know. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to hit. Let me know in chat. All right, so let's close that window. Let's open a browser and go to Kickstarter. Kickstarter.com. Projects. All right, look at that. 116 backers. Y'all are awesome. I didn't think about that. There we go. I can see myself into infinity and beyond. That was wonderful. All right. Most uniquest. Do you think we can put the Lost Worlds title screen behind me again, or is it easier to just keep the web page up? Thank you. So we've been pitching this, and we've gotten a lot of backers, certainly the $10 level. That's what we expected. Folks weren't that familiar with Fading Suns. They just want to dip their toe back into it. That's where we've been seeing a lot of interest. The $25 level is where you get early access to the PC mission editor that I was demonstrating earlier. Oh, and what I haven't shown yet is just how easy it is to add those files on in. You can actually just cut and paste the INI file, or just move the INI file into the level data right into here. You'll see there are 2 campaigns right now. tutorial.ini and emperorschallenge.ini. You put the next one in, test.ini, and you've got a whole new campaign that you can access depending on what house you play. All right, back on into the browser. So that's how easy it is to add. And what we're looking for at the $50 levels, you'll be able to submit missions that we'll actually go ahead and put in the version of the game that we launch, giving you credit as an actual level designer. So great chance, if the mission's good enough, to go ahead and get yourself a game credit. We look forward to all the different ideas that people submit. We're focusing on the Fading Suns universe. That's obviously what it's set in. But we're going to be taking some liberties with that. Obviously, a lot of worlds we'll be mentioning will be ones that haven't been discussed before in the Fading Suns setting books. Not necessarily going to be canon. We'll be talking about which ones will be canon, which won't. That's going to be up to the Fading Suns line developer, some fellow by the name of Bill Bridges, to decide what actually goes in as a definite history or just more of the mythology that exists out there. So we've talked about the campaign editor. Oh, I should have shown skirmish mode. Maybe we'll go ahead and end this live stream today by showing off the skirmish editor, the skirmish mode, because that's a lot of fun too. We've been talking about stretch goals. Looking forward to that campaign mode that we talked about before, moving between the jump gates. Talking about the Mac version of the game. Definitely the Inquisition and Church ships. Got a request again for the Barbarians, the Vuldrock and the Kurgan ships with their special abilities. That takes a bit of a stretch. The Kurgans obviously have the fighters. The Barbarians have the armor. So not only do we have to get new ship art, we have to add new functionality in the game. Same with the Church ships, because we got to get those flamers looking really nice. Yes, it's $17,000. We're looking at an Xbox version, $22,000. We're looking at being a Switch version. And we have some goals beyond that. There's some functionality that we're really looking for to add. It'll be a great surprise. We start reaching those levels, we'll let you know what we're thinking beyond there. So, how do we feel about Chris Carson joining us to talk about things like the Xbox version and the Switch version? All right, let's add in lead programmer Chris Carson, if he hasn't gone to sleep watching the stream so far. I heard him.
Can you hear me?
We're going to see if we get him in. There's a... Aha! I'll be on headsets, and you all can hear him on the stream. Mr. Carson, are you there?
How are you doing today, Andrew?
Hey, I am doing well, sir. Wonderful to hear your happy, cheery voice. Hope you're having a sunnier day out in California than I'm having here. For those of you who don't know, Noble Armada is being done by a virtual team. We're scattered all over the place. Ilker Ellis, Essen. Where's Ilker now?
I believe he's still in Sweden.
Sweden. Excellent. So we've got folks everywhere working on this, and that'll continue as we start disseminating that mission editor we were talking about. So, Mr. Carson, you're looking forward to an Xbox One version and I believe your first Switch game. Is that correct?
Well, yeah. It will allow us to do the conversion, and especially the Switch version. I think that with the touchscreen on the Switch, cool to be able to switch between mobile and a console version.
Right, it will be cool switching between the mobile and the console version. Going to be some new functionality required for that. A little bit of new interface, and certainly a bunch of new coding from you. Feel comfortable about pulling it out? I hear that there's maybe some
tapping
in the
controls
to do it.
A joypad, which we've already laid the foundation for. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Excellent. Yeah, so is there any truth to the rumors that the Fusion engine makes it easier to do these sort of ports?
Unfortunately, I'm not just a client. I'm also the president, if you will, for men. But yeah, it's super easy to program in Fusion. There's a lot. And I really upset people with 8 years in computer science when I show them how easy it is to use.
All right, so the functionality is actually going to be in the game engine we're using. One thing, Chris and I both teach game development, and we tell people to think in terms of the risks they have to deal with that are within their control and outside of their control. One thing that is so often outside of your control is the game engine you're using. We're very fortunate to have one of the developers of the game engine working on this game. And that means that we can, the things that stretch Noble Armada, make it a better game, actually can get incorporated into their engine. So we have that inside track on making it work right. All right,
Exactly.
Is there anything else you want to say about the game and development?
Oh, I would really like it if backers would play tests and send in suggestions. We want to include you guys of finishing up the game.
And that's another one of our announcements on this stream. Right now on Facebook, we have the Noble Armada page. However, this evening we're going to, tonight we're going to secretly launch. Tomorrow morning we're officially launching the Noble Armada group, where we're going to be encouraging you to give us bugs from the demo. Just let us have it. Let us know what works, what doesn't work, what you want to see, and so on. So for those of you watching this stream, you're the first ones aware of it. We're looking to make it live around 9 p.m. Eastern, about 6 p.m. Pacific. But we're also going to make the official blast about it tomorrow morning. You get much more publicity on a Monday morning than you get on a Sunday night. But you're the first ones to hear about it. So look for the Noble Armada group in addition to the Noble Armada page on Facebook later tonight. Thank you very much, Chris. Yeah, we definitely look forward to more feedback. And soon we're going to be sending out versions of the campaign, the mission editor for people to develop. All right, so I have promised you a look at skirmish mode. That is not in the demo. That's a huge amount of functionality. It basically gives the game infinite playability and replayability. So let's go ahead and pull up the game itself. Again, we're going to be using that older, a little buggy version of the game. Yeah, Ilker did some really nice artwork, I have to admit. And it really looks good as a backdrop to this live stream. Kudos again to Most Uniquest for pulling this off. Skirmish mode! Turned off in the demo, but ready to go. Lots of different options. This is your side. You can choose what house you want to be. Let's be Lihalan. Take a variety of ships. You can choose your foes. Why don't we have Al Malik as our foes this time? Let's give them a whole bunch of big ships. Change the background for the fight. Select the game type. Oh yeah, we haven't shown off Sea Station. This is an old version. This is going to be buggy. Never show something buggy on a live stream. This is going to be buggy. And let's go ahead on into the fight. I'm not going to set weapons or anything up. We give you lots of options. All right, so capture the enemy space station. Let's put the little guy in front. Let's put the big guy there, and in we go. So there's the space station. There are all the enemy ships. You have to wipe out the enemy ships and board and take the space station. Not an easy fight. Thankfully, we started in pretty close, so let's go zooming on in before they start blasting us. Why did that ship's... This is an old version. Like I said, it's going to be buggy. It didn't take its thrust command. So our ship's already starting to spread out. But now we're close enough to start delivering some shots. So let's do that. These ships only have... is it port and starboard? Yeah, port and starboard guns. You can tell I didn't serve in the Merchant Marines. Alright, but let's get some good shots going on. Again, broadsides. Wow, he doesn't have much shields to begin with. This ship's an easy kill. And of course it's mine. Let's get him in closer and him in closer as well. Thankfully, so far it's mostly been misses. We're going to go zooming across them, firing off all of these broadsides, losing these shields, but then we'll go past them in order to bring the next set of broadsides and shields to bear. Lots of guns. This is going to be a nice barrage. Alright, and you see, that ship sailed on by. Just what I wanted, so we could deliver another set of shots from that end. Continue to bring guns to bear. And then it's going to be time to board the space station. Alright. Let's send across the Marines from this one. Deploy away! Alright, we are on the enemy space station. Check that menacing, cumulus-looking vehicle over there. Anyway, have a question.
Got some new people in Mixer chat.
Hello, new people in Mixer chat. We're also doing this on Kickstarter Live, amazingly enough.
Yes, I'll post the link again.
Thank you. Yes, if you have any questions or comments, glad to field any of them. As we go to take the enemy bridge. We probably don't have enough Marines on this one, but the idea is to send wave after wave at it until we finally take it. Oh, and they are not waiting to engage us. They are coming right after our Marines and putting a hurting on my troops. Yeah, lost 56 Marines already. They are... I don't think we're against an inexperienced set of enemies. They're putting a hurting on us pretty quick. But at least we can take out some of their forces before they do us deadly damage. Alright, so we lost a whole bunch of Marines, but we've got another group here to try and board. Deploy! As they pound our ships. Yeah, you'll see now they've got a lot less Marines than they had before. So this, the Caesar Space Station fight is definitely a mix of the boarding and the full fire combat. You have to have both of those skills down and established. You still need to go ahead and take that bridge. You really want to race to the bridge as best you can, since our Marines are a pretty skilled group, able to take out several waves of your own troops. It's one of the issues of playing this game and live streaming at the same time. I often have too much fun. I want to just be playing the game. But as it may be, we might actually take their ship, the space station, on this attempt. We've already lost 100 Marines, but I went into this purposely with the fleets that had with the ships that had a lot of Marines to try and make this an easier battle. Yay, station captured. Yes, question.
We have a comment from Mixer. X2 line says that the troop numbers are hard to see during battle.
That's a good point. When they're actually fighting and the numbers are going up and down?
Right.
Excellent. Okay, that's a very good point. We might have some other real estate on that map where we can talk about it. That's a good catch. Pauline, if you do me a favor and write that one down. There's actually...
Yep.
I've got an idea on how to take care of that one. All right. So I believe there's still an enemy ship that we have to kill. So let's unpause and find it. No, I'm only seeing my ships. We killed 4 enemies. We took the space station. All right, this is a buggier version. It's not registering as one. But we won. I swear we won. So let's go ahead and exit out of this. Go to the main menu. And let's try a different skirmish mode. What time? We're at 15 more minutes of this stream. So let us know if there's anything you would like to see in particular. You're seeing functionality that is not in the demo. Let's do onslaught mode. This is where life gets deadly. I believe we have another question.
Yeah, Renaud Marshall on Kickstarter says congratulations on getting funded.
Thank you, Renaud. Much appreciated. Another good game dev commenting on this. One thing that's amazed me, and I've been very appreciative of all the game developers, both veterans and new game developers who backed this. We just got some support from Luke Dickens, who's been a major factor in the IGDA. Thank you, Luke. That was very appreciated. And people like Renaud are also making games as well. It's just great having all these folks who know games, who love games, being a part of this. So, let's go ahead and get a whole bunch of big enemy ships against me. Yeah, let's take some empty bays. Let's make this a really tough fight. Let's let them go ahead and wipe us out. Let's put some space debris in the way as well. Oh, I shouldn't have that. That's right, you can have random fights. This is like I talked about the variability of the game. I just all of a sudden new weapons, new ship types, new enemies, etc. This looks like a pretty deadly one. Yeah, this will be a fun fight. Just randomized into it. So let's see what happens. Oops. It's supposed to be onslaught mode. It says capture enemy space station. This is an older version, like I said, buggy. Never show a buggy build during a live stream or in a public demo. All right, so we're just going to go sailing on in and hope we get blasted. Set the thrust to full. Charge on in. Dive valiantly. Yeah, this little ship's going to get wasted. Yep, they're pounding it already. Just going to do a whole bunch of shots flying on past them. Just do all these quick runs past and hope I can blow them up before they wipe me out. Oh wow, these front shields are almost gone already. Oh wow, we took out a bunch of their ships already. Yeah, like I said, this version of the game is definitely not a balanced version. Alright. But this is not onslaught mode. So let me exit out of the game instead of just going through here. Well, let's try it one more time. Let's see. Oh, that's right, I randomized. That's why it wasn't onslaught mode. Let's set the onslaught this time. Let's take a bunch of small Hawkwood ships. Go up against a bunch of Lihalan bigger ships. And again, it is saying capture enemy station. So apparently that was a buggy version of this. Yes, a question.
Can you talk about stretch goals on
Absolutely glad to talk about stretch goals. And who was that from?
From Project MQ on Mixer.
Thank you, Project MQ. For those of you who don't know Project MQ, Project MQ is about the best friend an indie developer could have. It's a group of, well, they have been game developers, but now they are focusing on how they can support other indie devs to do their own work. So Project MQ has one of the best forums for indie developers that exists anywhere on all topics. They give advice on marketing. They can help promote games. Just a great team. Out here in, I believe out there in Savannah. So yeah, so the stretch goals, we're really excited about some of the things we're going to be able to offer. The main focus of the Kickstarter itself is not just funding the game. We already had that funded, but it's putting together that mission editor, putting together those mobile versions, just expanding out some of the cool things we thought of far too late in development. And you've seen some of the basic gameplay already inherent in here. But as we go on with it, we're looking to put in that campaign mode. So you've seen the missions, you're within one solar system. We want to link these solar systems, so back and forth through the jump gates, battling, having to rebuild your fleet, fighting massive enemy teams. When we first started thinking about this game, we were thinking in terms of a 15 to 30 minute play experience. But as we're playing it and getting into it, we want longer games. Traditionally, holistic games have always been very expansive. So for instance, Merchant Prince, you would go ahead and sail around the world, explore the world. You could have 20, 50, 100 hours of gameplay, especially in a multiplayer game. Emperor of the Fading Sun, same sort of idea. So we started to want to have that here in Noble Armada as well. So by linking the games, we have those several hours of just losing yourself in the flow of the game, just enjoying the blast, losing sense of time as the battles go on and as you build your fleet up. So that's the campaign mode. Yes, a Mac version. We call this the Bill Bridges version. Not that there's anyone on our team who prefers a Mac to a real computer. I mean, we love Macs. We want everyone to has a Mac to have the same opportunity to play this game as everyone has a computer. I mean a PC. Then we get to the $8,500 level, which is one I know a lot of folks have been talking about. They want the Inquisition and they expect the Inquisition. Flame guns, new ships, fanatic borders, all that sort of fun thing. So that's what we're looking to add. At 11,500, the Voldrak and the Kurgans, the barbarian groups. A lot of new functionality required for that, as well as the ship art. 17,000, yes, time to play this on Xbox. 22,000, time to play it on Switch. And yes, there are stretch goals planned ahead of this, some which our players have really wanted to see in place. But we won't talk about those yet. Let's get a little closer. Let's focus on these initially. And each of the different reward levels, the $10 level, well, any level really, we give you credit in the game. You'll get a PC version of the game itself, though right now we're talking about also letting you swap that out for a mobile version instead. A PDF, well, that one's not correct. Let's go back to this side for the $10 version. A few mistakes in that artwork. $10 level, here we go. Credit in the game, desktop Noble Armada wallpaper, PC version of Noble Armada Lost Worlds, PC version of the mission editor when we officially release it. $25. You get the same thing, plus early access to the mission editor and the deck plans of the Ducados Raider and Hawkwood Explorer. At the $50 level, you get that early access and the chance to submit a mission for inclusion in the PC game, giving you credit as a level designer, as well as a PDF of the first edition Noble Armada miniature game rules. I had meant to have them sitting by me so I could wave them around, but yeah, lots of fun, especially for the minis players. The $100 level is where we start having the physical rewards kick in. One of the secrets of a Kickstarter campaign is you need to have the physical rewards at higher levels because they get really expensive to fulfill. We have the safety net of the fact that all of our rewards, all the physical rewards, are already created, sitting in our warehouse, ready to be shipped out to you. So at the $100 level, you get everything at the $50 level, plus PDF deck plans of the Hazat and Al-Malik Explorers, PDF deck plans of the Ducados, Hawkwood, and Hazat frigates, deck plans of the Hawkwood and Hazat galleots, PDF of the 3rd edition Noble Armada rulebook from FASA, an actual physical copy of the 1st edition game, and 2 of the miniatures from the game. At the $500 level, you get everything from that $100 level, plus PDF of the deck plans of the Letters of Mark 1 or 2, 2 of our best-selling deck plan sets, a PDF of the 3rd edition rulebook, a signed 1st edition of the Noble Armada rulebook, a signed 2nd edition, a signed copy of the Letters of Mark, and a painted Known Worlders miniature. And I should have brought those over to show you as well. Actually, let's grab those while Most Uniquest keeps the background up there for you all to see. Nobody needs to see my face. Let's get physical rewards to show off. I'm back. That was a long pause. Versions of the rules. We've been talking about the actual miniatures from the game. The $1,000 level, you really start getting more of the miniatures. I promised you the Known Worlders. These, I love these minis. These were for the Fading Suns. All sorts of fun, different. Got the... Pull them on out and show some of these minis off that you'll be getting. Yes, you get the Brother Battle Warrior. Oh, there's the Brother Battle Warrior. There we go. Wow, we've got 2 of them. Excellent. You've got the Church Member. You've got the Hawkwood Noble. You've got the gorgeous looking Ducados Noble. Isn't he a beautiful one? You have the Vow. And everybody's favorite, the Vorox, ready to go and eat somebody. So yes, you'll be getting those at the different levels. At the $1,000 level, you get the complete set of those. Plus, you start working with us to develop character for the game and access to our special Discord channel for special events, planning, and development. And there's the $5,000 level where you get pretty much everything in the world, or everything in the known worlds, as well as get to join Noble Armada developer Chris Weiss to run a game of Noble Armada for you, the miniatures game, at Gen Con. And of course, tons of other things, including some of the best looking miniatures out there. Absolutely love a lot of the miniatures we've created. We showed you the Hazat miniatures in game. My all-time favorite are the Dreadnoughts that ship. The Ducados Dreadnought is my favorite Starship Miniatures game from anybody, anywhere. So, that's a quick look. Do we have any more questions or comments from in chat? Let's look at the tiers. That is a look at the rewards. That's a look at the stretch goals. Definitely glad to discuss anything else or just go back into one more quick skirmish. All right. Let's take one more look at a quick fight. We were going on in. Let's see if I can even survive this one. It's a lot of enemy ships there. So let's just start shooting away. Oh, and I deploy Marines. That was a mistake. Should have aborted that one. I'm going to be taking some damage on this one. That's not going to be a winnable fight. My puny handful of Marines versus their massive force. Thankfully, I'm doing damage to their ship the entire time I'm here. So, not a complete waste of time. Just mostly a waste. Yeah, so maybe I'll set up an area over here where you actually see the numbers of the forces who are fighting right then. How you're doing in that battle. Makes more of a difference when you've got an experienced bunch of Marines you're afraid of losing. Alright, let's just go ahead and fight and die. Yep, we lost 82 Marines. Let's head on up and do some more shooting. Oh wow, no guns on that side. That was a quick barrage. Oops, forgot to set this one shooting as well. And they lost all the guns on that side. Yeah, this is not going to be a very winnable fight, I do not believe. But we'll give it the old Hawkwood effort. And that does not mean running home crying. Alright, let's right up close and personal. Let's fire right down their noses. Let's use the tail guns, shall we? There's not much left of that ship. That hit. At least we'll be able to take out a few of their ships along the way. Yes, a question.
Maybe we need a health bar somewhere?
A health bar for the status of your ship. You can actually, I haven't even talked about that. You can actually access your ships up here at the upper right. You see where your shields are going down. And if you go into a ship info button while you've got one of your ships selected, you can see the levels of damage you've taken, switch out weapons, and so forth. We allow a great deal more player involvement than what you're seeing here. I'm doing the... I guess for a deep dive, I really should have dived in deep to show this. So let's switch out some weapons here. Use them and see what happens here. And you can see your experience as well as you move forward through the game. Yeah, there are ways to track that. This is where you really see... You should be keeping an eye in the upper right to monitor your ship condition. I just have been kind of ignoring that part. Foolishly. Oh wait, we put new rear guns on here. Let's fire with a new type of gun. Oh wow, yeah, they are pounding that one little ship. Look at the deep core go deep. Let's come sailing back on in and use the 4 guns. Yeah, that ship's pretty much gone. Which guns do we have left on the deep core? We still have some guns left, so let's use those as well. Yeah, we take a few liberties with the Noble Armada Miniatures game, but most of the ships are very accurate to what was in the Noble Armada Miniatures game. And in addition, we give you the ability to change them out more than we actually do in the minis game. So the ability to swap out weapons, obviously a lot easier in the computer game than it is in the tabletop version. And we have been defeated. So I didn't want to show you one defeat screen. All right. So I think that's a good look at Noble Armada. We that is the hour into the stream. So any further questions, any further thoughts? We appreciate your time. We appreciate your input. I think now that we know the Most Uniquest can do this miracle co-stream of Mixer and Kickstarter Live, we might try and do another Kickstarter live stream at on Thursday. So tune in again, and we will give, I'm hoping I'll have a new campaign to give away that night to folks who've already gotten the demo. And we might have some new versions of other parts to show off to you as well. So if there are no further questions or comments, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks for the feedback. Love the ideas we've gotten. Look out for that Noble Armada Facebook group. And maybe we'll all talk again on Thursday. May Emperor Alexius bless you and not hack off your head in your sleep. Take care.